This is the story of the AGF Paradise as they sanguinely explore the stars in search of the destiny thrust upon them by those who sought to obtain calamity itself. This is Children.
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 Of the Spine.
Hello and welcome back to the sector, everybody. I am your GM, Jonathan, and I have with me Kylie, who is about to drink on a tin can right in front of the mic.
I was. Yes, I was. I'm one of only two that are still left alive, so I'm Astrid.
There you go. And we have Luis.
Mohan 1, I'm going to expand the chaos. 2, expanding the chaos. Why you?
And Laura.
Playing Kamala Magar, who finally gets a nap.
Yay! There you go.
Okay, last time on Children of the Spine, the crew visits Kei's home planet of Pylokoshi, where they are looking to pawn the ancient mech they stole off of Tudega. Once in the spaceport, they learn that the planet is friendly to pirates, and that there is a big festival that they are invited to participate in when it starts in the next semi-phase. Mohan scans for other pirates and notices the Ingenuity cluster cruiser Smirgaskrik, the ship of the Scavenger, in the port. Assured that the friendly pirates' stick wasn't a trick, they explore the town and do some performances where they steal a lot of people's money.
No, correction. Kamala steals a lot of people's money.
You were all complicit.
We were the distraction.
And then they use that money to buy a hotel for partying later, as they are growing fond of doing so. But before they can plan on stealing anything else, they have to unload this rusty mech. They head to another bubble for the wealthy, containing a very fancy museum. On the tram between the bubbles, they notice the makeup of the species in this part of the sector, some of the class hierarchy of the planet, and debate the dangers of opening the bubbles when there are tides of lethal planetary gases that envelop the bubbles in the worst of times. As they ask about these bubbles possibly breaking and if there are any incidents, Kei alerts them that he's not aware of any time that there's been an incident. Just then, a breaking news comes in over the holograms in the tram. The High Chancellor's compound on Tudega has sustained damage, and an unclear video shows a mech leaving the scene of the crime that the crew recognizes as Pythia. They bring up that they should get the heck off of planet before that thing finds them, and Kei mentions that this shouldn't be a problem. Spike Drive mechanized warriors only existed for a short period of time, as the pirate crew, the SPS Resonance, contained the only engineer capable of making these mechs, and that crew has been dead for a long time. Once at the museum, they find a curator and are able to offload the mech with some strong haggling for almost 3 million gorp, which is enough to pull the Paradise into a shipyard and have it upgraded from a fighter class to a frigate class ship, and get a few new upgrades. With those upgrades came a larger minimum crew count, so Mohan used his henchkeeper to find 3 people on Pylokoshi to join the crew, a group of 3 siblings named Hentry, Hentrietta, and Henshathin, who have engineering backgrounds and can help Kei prep the ship for takeoff and maintenance.
Fuck. I love it so much.
Fuck. Once reacquainted with the renovated Paradise, the crew sets sail on the plumes of Pylokoshi to take part in the annual worm hunting festival. Being new to the competition, they call up Scavenger and ask if they could stay in the same area, but at a distance from his competing ship, in case things go sideways and they need some backup. Once on the sea, Kei teaches Mohan an old pirating song that his mothers used to sing to him when he was a kid. Given that the worms tried to feed on sentience, they use the song to bring out the worms from the nest so that they can hunt them. After a good day and a good haul, the crew takes their levitating lift and drags the worms off to a concealed location in a nice little island that they found so that they can make camp and rest for the night. Since they never did get to finish the end of Kei's song, they sing it one more time now that they aren't on the open plume and won't attract any more worms.
We fucked up. We should have said fuck you in your song and not done that.
And that's when the crew formally meets Pythia for the first time. As they crash down onto the rocky sands of the beach, the hulking light mech roars to life as the crew makes a break for the ship. Mohan devises a plan to get everyone onto the levitating lift so that they don't have to worry about being slowed by the terrain. Kamala calls Scavenger to come save them and begins broadcasting Pythia to the rest of the AGF, and Astrid hurls boulders at Pythia to slow it down. Though the boulders were effective, Pythia screams in anger and agony as it lets off some psychic blasts, knocking everybody but Kei and Astrid unconscious. The Scavenger arrives and fires at Pythia, giving Astrid and Kei just enough time to get back on the ship and take off. But the mental damage sustained by Kamala, Mohan, Hulla, and Rasmus was too much, as they slip into a coma. And in the post-credits, we see those four awake in the land of the Great Willow as its roots are being lifted by a great scaly egg and the boughs being torn from above by the flesh mass that's been haunting the crew. And that's where we are now. So we are with Kamala and Mohan and Hulla and Rasmus, and what you see is the Great Willow is in the far distance and in turmoil. Behind you are thick, tall trees forming a wall that you can see that surrounds the entire vast open space that you are in. The ground is covered in a flourishing moss that gives the ground a light and bouncy feeling as you step around. To your sides are large brush covered in berries and flowers, and in front of you lies a winding path with many turns and forks. Kamala, what would lead a Sude to being trapped in the Great Forest and never making it to the Great Willow?
Well, a Sude, when they die, they join the Great Forest, and they become like a tree and join to her. But basically, an alive Sude shouldn't be there.
Is there ever an instance where if they make it to the Great Forest but like aren't accepted into it? Like if as someone who's actually died?
Right. So Kamala did die. But the Great Willow basically said it's not your time yet and pushed her back. But that wasn't being not accepted. That was more like later you'll come back. I think a Sude would have to do something really terrible to the forest itself to not be allowed inside.
Okay. That's good to know. So you, I guess all of these trees that you see kind of surrounding you in like some of the more, like the really thick wall that's behind everything is definitely some of like the most elder of the Sude that have become one with the forest. And there's more sparse saplings and everything in the area. There's some larger trees kind of scattered without it, but you can... It is sparse enough in this area that you can mostly see that this area is kind of like a bowl, and in the bottom of the bowl is a hill that the great tree is sitting on, and that's where the flesh mass and the egg are fighting over the tree.
We're not in Pylokoshi anymore.
So are we in like your spirit world, essentially?
Yes.
That's what it is?
This is our afterlife.
Okay.
But you're not supposed to be as a... Oh, I'm not here. Never mind.
You can ask the questions still.
But like, I was going to say, but you're not... You're supposed to be a tree. You're not supposed to be like yourself in this world.
Yes.
Okay.
Kylie, do you want to like be Hulla Shield for these encounters?
Sure!
Yeah. You can be Hulla Shield or Rasmus.
Yeah.
No, be Halishil.
You will have to talk like this.
Uh-oh. I'll try.
Oh, so cute.
That was good, yeah. Okay, all right, so we should be panicking right now. This is very, very bad. Yeah.
Yeah, last time you guys had your eyes open, you were being psychically attacked by a very large, scary, rotting mech, and then your eyes closed, and they opened again, and you are here in what everyone would assume is the dead place.
Yeah.
And Kamala has confirmed is her version of the dead place.
Somehow, I thought it would be different.
It is different from before.
I wouldn't know at all. I'm freaking out.
Is that mash Pythia?
Yes. Can we talk to the trees? Can they help us?
Kamala puts a hand on one of the nearby really elder trees and closes her eyes. But she like shakes her head. Their thoughts are slow.
Because they're dumb or
Because they're
trees move, think very slowly the older they are.
What are...
I don't know.
So nothing can help us, and the tree's gonna get destroyed. I guess we should... I don't want to go to it.
We have to help her.
This seems like a really bad idea, guys.
fucking hell.
What's happening?
I don't know. I
hate
know.
that voice so much.
It's what it's gonna be now.
No.
Halashil, we can't let her die.
No, we must help.
And I take out my gun.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Now I take out my rifle.
We got that stuff on us still? I kind of thought that we were gonna I thought that dead places wouldn't have any of that, but I guess I still got my stuff.
Yeah, we have all our clothes on, yeah.
This is fucking weird.
And I have this Dragon Slayer gun. Wow. And I can fly?
Ooh.
Can we fly? Can we do
we
whatever?
can all
we want?
use psychic powers.
Oh. I'm going to try to fly a little bit. I mean, it's the spirit
You're
world.
gonna jump.
Jump into the air
Yeah.
and see what happens.
Am I flying? Perform?
Give some sort of roll. You pick.
Duty
You
dead.
pick what you're doing.
Performing. To fly.
So Mohan, you just immediately eat shit. Like this whole place is like a little bit domed in, so like you have a good distance that you could try and like launch yourself. And roll a 1d4 and see if you take any
moss.
any damage.
I wouldn't take any damage. Moss on the ground. 1.
So you would have taken 1 damage, but you feel that you take none.
Okay, so
So we're dead.
1, we don't have powers and we can't fly. But 2, we may not take damage. I might have gotten hurt there, but I didn't. So we might not die. If we go there, we might super die.
This is the
Perhaps-
worst kind of isekai.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Perhaps this is what it is like when you're in a coma. You see the land of the dead, but you are not among them.
Oh shit. Where's Astrid and Kei?
They are not here.
Oh no, we are dead.
They-
Oh no.
Well, they might just be somewhere else. Let's just,
maybe.
maybe they're at the tree.
They got isekai'd to a psychic death land.
That sucks.
Well, we need to help the tree, so I am going to go fight whatever that is. And she pulls out her rifle, cocks it, starts walking.
All right. I'll pull out my monoblade sword and I'm following along.
Okay, I'll follow you, Kabbalah.
Well, not me. What the hell?
Can I have a player sheet and or some sort of stats?
You have 1 feat, cook.
Halashiel has at a base level, so he'll probably have more later. But he has a little bit of heal, a little bit of sneak, and he has a lot of work.
Okay.
Because work is like how he does his cooking.
Okay. How much HP?
Not going to matter. You guys don't take damage here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Fuck yeah.
Any weapons?
I did not plan any.
A cooking ladle.
He just carries a ladle.
Maybe he has a kitchen knife.
He could have a knife, yeah.
I feel like he'd have a pistol, at least.
Yeah, most pirates would
yeah,
probably
that's
have
true.
a pistol.
Yeah, okay, we'll go with pistol and like a cooking knife.
Sure.
Kamala, I know big tree, but what's the deal with the egg? Is that a thing? Is that new? What should I be swinging my sword at? Obviously, Pythia.
I feel like Pythia is the most obvious.
Right, but I mean, like, should we avoid the egg?
I don't know. I don't know much about my race, to be honest. I grew up with you guys, but
Oh, right,
I would
yeah.
not attack the egg. I would just hurt Pythia first.
Would Halashiel know more? Because
He was a
Kamala-
little older.
I was going to say, Kamala was very young when we all got blipped or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So would Halashiel know? Do you want me to like roll for it or something? Or
Is there egg lore?
You don't have to roll for it. Halashiel is old enough that he would know this. He's never heard of talk of these other beings.
okay, so most likely the egg thing at the bottom is also some sort of like parasite or something.
Right.
Cool.
And,
I tell you that.
and just for reference sake, I'm imagining a gigantic humongo tree, and also because it's getting uprooted by an egg, this egg is fucking like the size of our ship.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Just making
picture-
sure I was imagining it
I'm
right.
literally picturing the Tree of Life from Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing, yeah.
Yeah, the Great Willow is like giant and has red leaves all over, and then the forest is like green and kind of misty and more like ooh spooky.
Ooh, spooky. Ooh.
Kind of like Sovngarde in Skyrim when you
Yep.
go and it's like all misty. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's go not attack the egg.
Let's go kill Pythia.
All right.
So you guys see in front of you, there's this really long, I mentioned before, long, windy Forks of Many Paths. It looks like the way that this is forcing you to go is it's almost like forcing you to spiral down this bowl. Like you have to make a journey throughout this large area. There's no real good way to like cut straight through. There's big hedges, bushes, trees, all the other dead Sude that are kind of forcing you to take this like spiral around. But there's a lot of different pathways that you can take as you go along this spiral.
Yeah. Oh, I'm spiraling.
I'm spiraling.
The spiral, Miyazaki.
So, Kamala, where do you know where we should be going? Or Bohan, do you want to take lead? What's going on?
Yeah, no. I got no pilot. I got no say in the tree of the forest of the dead here.
You are our captain, but I don't know the way, but I feel the way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Do you know Due?
Fuck.
Do you
Yeah,
know
you're
the
clean.
muffin man?
Throwback.
Yeah, I mean, Kamala is just like almost at a jog, like just going.
Oh, we're moving fast. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
gotta go fast.
Oh, yeah, she's
Oh,
being
fucking
attacked
hell.
right now.
Are we being attacked right now? Oh,
No,
God.
the Great Willow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're moving speedy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're rolling around at the speed of sound.
Kamala is, I don't know.
I mean, we're presumably not just going to let you go by yourself. So.
Yeah. No, we're all
Zoom in.
trotting through this forest. Yeah. Are there any signs?
No signs.
In the
Okay,
land
there's
of the
just no-
dead, yes, signage.
Well,
Could be.
there's nothing like unnatural here. Everything is very natural in this area.
I would say that everything is highly unnatural, but
Everything is supposed to be very natural here.
okay. So there's nothing that's like, oh, a pitfall, and now we're dead.
As you guys are running, you notice that your vision starts getting more and more like hazy as you're running through. Like this fog gets denser and denser as you spiral down the inside of this bowl, and you also notice Kamala, since you're definitely kind of running, you're the most motivated, so you're having this happen to you first, and you start noticing that the rest of the world starts kind of glitching out of existence, and it feels like your feet are in cinder blocks, or like you're running through like mud, like the soft moss is like turning into something that's kind of like enveloping your feet with every step. Do you do anything?
I don't think I can because I can't. I mean, I might go a little slower, like slow down a little bit and focus more on not putting as much weight on each foot, but I'm not going to stop moving.
And as you do that, I'm assuming everyone else kind of follows pace with Kamala.
Yeah.
All right, so as she starts to slow down, you all start to slow down, and it feels like the same amount of muddiness to your running, but it's not increasing as fast as it was before. But eventually you make it to a point where it's like becoming painful to even lift up your legs, and you feel like you've maybe done almost, it's been a while, and you feel like you've maybe done almost one circle around this spiral, and eventually you just can't move anymore, and you're stuck. So we're zooming out to Astrid and Kei. So Kei piloted the Paradise up into orbit around Pylokoshi and landed the ship in the ship bay of the Smirgeskrik, the Cluster Captain Scavenger's fleet cruiser, where they promptly rushed the crew to the Smirgeskrik's TL-4 med bay. She is with Kei, Dr. Tridix, a Weircene, and their two nurses, Lazelia Tarogian and Ashad, a Mahalian. Kei and yourself are for the most part good physically, even though the med crew has been insisting that you both take some rest as well. What have you been doing during this time, Astrid?
Panicking? I think Astrid's probably been like trying to reach out through that telepathic contact to them to just try and get some sort of like, I don't know, like heartbeat essentially, but just like mentally, just to like try and be like, they're going to be okay and like reassure herself.
Yeah, so it's been a day. Not even. It's probably only been a few hours to get up into orbit and get everybody situated into the med bay and everyone settled, and the doctor has like been checking you and Kei out, and you've been making your rounds trying to do telepathic contact with everybody, but for the most part they seem non-responsive. Everyone is alive, like they're all hooked up to vital scanners, and for Stars Without Number the mechanics are that it takes it'll take, I forget exactly what the rules are, but I did them out already, and it'll take about a week or a semi-phase, which is 5 days, for you guys to come out of a mortal wound, and then you gain your HP back in max hit points until you reach your full hit points before you can leave the med bay. So you'll be conscious after a week, and then you'll be healing So Hulashiel and Rasmus will be fully healed back to their max HP on day 3 after you guys wake back up. Mohan will be finished on day 4, and Kamala will be finished resting on day 5, just because of the way your HPs line up.
Yeah. Okay.
You have there's a bunch of scanners telling you that you're all physically healthy. You just don't, they're just trying to maintain you while you're waiting for your bodies to wake back up or your minds to wake back up. And Astrid, that's just what you're feeling as you're going around.
Okay.
Do you want to talk to Kei or the doctors or anybody in the med bay?
I think I'll talk to the doctor.
Okay.
Is there any way to make this go faster?
There's not any way to make this go faster. It just kind of has to be what it is. They maintained or sustained what I would definitely call should have been lethal wounds, but their bodies are still here. We're just kind of hoping that their minds are.
That's not reassuring. I'm just worried the thing that attacked us is going to come back.
The scavenger informed us that this thing took off of the planet again afterwards, and it was kind of not looking great. It had some sparks coming off of it, and it looked like it was also worse for wear. He took a few more pot shots at it as it tried to escape, but it is probably not coming back. It would take a while for a mech like that to be repaired.
Okay. All right. Well, then I feel a little better about it.
That's good. Now, can you get back in your bed?
I guess. I climb back into bed and make a nest in my blankets.
As you climb back into bed and you get into this little nest of yours, you immediately start feeling anxiety and panic.
Uh-oh. Is it my anxiety and panic, or is it theirs?
Why don't you roll to find out? What are you using to figure it out?
Would it be my telepathy, because it's still part of that
It could be. You
telepathic bond we have?
Whatever you want it to be,
Okay.
just let me know. Because, you have heal, you have bioscion, you have telepathy, you have, you can use connect even. These are all viable things to try and, think about yourself.
I think I'm going to go with the telepathy, mostly because it's a 2.
There you go.
Best chance of success. 10-11.
Awesome. Complete success.
Woohoo!
And you feel that the panic is coming from Kamala.
Okay.
Are you going to do anything about that?
I am going to get back out of bed, much to the nurse's chagrin, I'm sure. And
Can you please just rest? I know you're fine,
No.
but can you rest?
She's panicking. I need to help. So
Ooh, what?
I ignore the nurse fully. I go over and I climb onto the bed with Kamala.
I should have never become a doctor for pirates. My God.
And I curl my tail over her, kind of like a little blanket, kind of like a little tail hug.
Mm-hmm.
I try and focus on that connection and try and just send soothing vibes.
Roll plus your bioscion and your telepathy.
Okay. 10.
Now write down that number.
Oh no.
Okay.
Do we have to beat it now? Oh, no.
And now we're back.
Oh no.
And you guys see that the glitchy world that you're in as you're not able to move and you're starting to have trouble moving, even your joints and everything. You're kind of frozen in time a little bit. And then you feel this, or Kamala, you kind of feel this wave of comfort briefly. And then everything fades to black. And Mohan, what's your spiritual world look like?
Oh.
So it's new, and it is right now. It's gonna be a giant. It's every when you die, you get a picture a flat disc, right? With a bunch of asteroid nonsense on the bottom of it, and you float through space, and you just learn everything. You just become I would say almost like a ghost, but not really, and you just fly through the expanse of the universe.
So you guys are in space,
No.
and it is not a star sector area that any of you can recognize.
Mhm.
In the far distance, you see, actually not far distance, middle distance. In the middle distance, you just kind of see all of these lights that are all swirling around, and in the center of all of these lights that you're seeing swirling is like where all of these lights are meeting up. You can see that once they all meet to the center, they have these plumes that kind of come off the top and bottom of this, where all the lights just kind of erupt out of the center again, and they kind of wrap around and go back to the outskirts, and then just keep doing this kind of like spherical dance that's happening. Oh, what? Oh, God. I can't breathe. Oh,
It's okay. You can breathe. You can breathe. Don't worry.
Oh, my God. We just got ejected into space. What the? Wow.
Yeah.
Where are we? Kamala, what's going on?
What? This isn't. I don't.
This is not the forest anymore.
Yeah.
Space.
Yeah, we're just, so I recognize this.
Oh, no.
We are in The Expanse.
Sorry.
The TV show?
Yeah. Oh, is it? Is it a TV show called The Expanse? Yeah.
Yes,
I had no idea. Never seen it. Then maybe we'll have to change that.
No, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
I don't care.
So normally what would happen is you would choose a discipline and you would end up anywhere. So you can expand chaos, expand tranquility, expand whatever thing that you want. And it feels like this is just neutral. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here.
So we're just kind of like floating. There's no gravity or anything.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're on like, we're like standing on a thing.
Standing on a thing.
Yeah, but you can just move it around, whatever. You can do whatever you want. Because, so what would happen is you would expand whatever you're doing throughout your life. Because the universe is always expanding, so there's always more to learn and more to do and more to see.
This is sick, by the way.
You then die, but you don't really die because, you become part of the universe and you just expand with it.
That's actually really cool.
As you're explaining all of this to them, you feel disconnected from it all. Like you can't progress the way you expected to.
Yeah, story of my life.
Yeah.
I know what I want to do. Are we all like in a circle? I would assume.
I'm assuming
Are we all on one rock, or we
together.
all got our own?
Probably all on one.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you would decide, honestly.
Yeah. All right, everybody. One, the forest. That shit was crazy. I don't know if you guys felt it, but I was like starting to really freak out there at the end. So I want us all to rally, and we're going to get through it because I'm feeling weird right now, but I love you guys, and we're going to save the universe. That's this episode. In this one, in this episode.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to roll my lead.
Aye, Captain.
Oh, it was a great speech, Mohan.
Who are you?
Why have you made our fucking like armsman a fucking nerd?
He's a dweeb. He reads like super smutty manga and all that
I
shit.
forgot all about that. So basically, he's you.
Damn it.
The baby.
All right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You got a 9?
Yeah.
What were you trying to do with your lead?
Just like
Rally
so.
morale.
Yeah, rally, and because you were saying like we're feeling disconnected or whatever. I'm wondering if like her healing thing was helping. I hope so. Maybe if we're not panicking, it'll like help us out in the spirit world.
So everybody does feel rallied by your speech and everything, and like, okay, at least someone knows what's going on. We don't have to be panicking, all that stuff. They have an idea of what this afterlife is kind of about, and you are leading them to just be more unified again. That's all working. And you see on everybody's faces that they kind of ease up a little bit, probably not a ton, but this like sense of disconnect has not left you.
My guess is that this is something about you and your belief system. So, like, I'm guessing that that disconnect isn't something the rest of the group would feel. It would just be you.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Mohan, what do we do?
That's a really great question. Because you just do whatever here.
Then why don't we do whatever?
Yeah.
Let's float this rock around and see what happens.
All right. Yeah. We're gonna we'll shoot over into this like stars, whatever that is.
Into the unknown.
Yeah.
Sorry, had to.
Those lights are pretty.
Yeah. We're gonna zoom the rock over.
They used to drive these babies for miles.
It's a rock.
Why are you riding on a boulder? Luis.
I've conquered my traumas.
Conquered your trauma.
But I mean, you're dead, so I guess those traumas would have left you, huh? You're about to create some whole new trauma.
My trauma killed me. Is that it?
So you guys zoom out. Do you go to like the ring? Do you go to the center? Do you go to the plumes? Like, where are you headed?
Oh, always to the center.
Straight to the center?
Yeah.
And as you're going, is there anything that you'd be able to, because you were saying that this whole experience is about expanding what your beliefs are. Is there anything that you're doing to like power this thing to try and go? Or is there like, I'm just wondering if you're doing anything related to your belief system to make this happen, or if you're just like, we're not ready yet, obviously, so we're just going to figure out what's going on.
Because it's new, I know that I shouldn't be like wherever we are. So like I don't want to manipulate anything because it's going to do something else like to my psyche. So I'm like, I just have to like be neutral, rally, you know, like just be like upbeat and like figure it out.
Okay, so that's what you guys are doing. You're staying with that disconnected feeling so that you can just make it through this. And as you guys are going, you get towards the lights that are happening, and because there's a bunch of different almost like orbits of these lights as they spiral into the middle of this really large light, and you're just trying to head right for it. And every time you go through a bunch of these lights, you figure out, or you like see them a little bit clearer for what they are. And they are some of the people who would there be anybody, or is this entirely Mohan?
No, so to like give you a better idea, you literally become the universe.
Yep.
So like it's just whatever. Like you can learn whatever, it's everybody, everywhere, all the time.
Right. So your belief system is that everybody who has lived, will live, all of that stuff will eventually make it to this spot. So there's absolutely other dead beings in this area.
Oh yeah, yeah. And you can go backwards and forwards in time. You can do whatever because you are the universe.
Okay. So as you're going through these spiral rings of light, you realize that each individual point of light as you get closer to it is a person becoming their own version of the universe as they spiral. Mm-hmm. And they're, exploring, and what you're seeing isn't necessarily a three-dimensional map. It's some other dimension of like, this person was here at this time. It's almost like viewing time as like slices, and just their being exists everywhere and nowhere.
Yeah.
And that's what you start realizing, that all these lights that you're watching on is kind of the like cosmic dance of the universe. And as you are getting closer, there's every time you go through, it feels effortless to like pass through these lights as you get closer. But there's these spots in the dark before, when you're not actively interacting with these lights, that it almost feels like this disc or like rock that you're on is like bumpy. Mm-hmm. So you're hitting this turbulence as you are getting closer and closer, and it starts slowing you down. And as you get further into the center, you start seeing that again there is this being. You get close enough that you can start seeing through the blinding light that is everything congealing at the center and being plumed out, and you can see the face of the flesh mass, and you can see the egg underneath it, and you can see that there's tendrils connecting the two as they're fighting in the middle of this plume. Not like actively moving, it's just like they're interacting, they're diposed to each other. And you just keep getting slower and slower every time you hit one of these bumps, and the bumps seem to be getting bigger and bigger, and then the world starts disconnecting again, and everything starts to go, your vision starts to go hazy, you start seeing glitches, until eventually you once again cannot progress any further.
Well, there would be eggs in my heaven. There would not be a flesh monster.
So it's the egg and Pythia like fighting over the light, essentially?
In here, yeah.
How does an egg fight?
Well, that's why I said it's not like active.
Gotcha. It just kind of exists.
There's this like pull between the two. And we zoom out again to Astrid. A scavenger walks into the med bay to check on all of you. How you doing, Astrid?
Weird. I'm doing weird.
And by the way, we are on another day.
Okay.
Yeah, a day has passed.
Okay. I got some weird vibes from Kamala, and she was panicking. So I tried. I think I might have made the doctor upset, but I tried to calm her down, and I think it helped.
We'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. Just wanted to jump in quick to invite you all to join our Discord community. If you want to hang out with us and other fans, go to bit.ly/failedcrits. That's bit.ly/failedcrits, all lowercase. You can also find the normal discord.gg link in all of our show notes. Looking forward to seeing some of you there. And now, back to the show.
Well, that's good. I believe anything that you do a little bit more than the doc here. You know, they're kind of a kook with the medicine. We don't need all of that fancy medicine. You just take some staples and you're better. That's how you do it, right? Don't tell me you're one of those that believes in the medicine shit.
I mean, I just use my magic powers.
Well, that's fair. I'll put some trust in some magic powers.
It works well for me.
Kei, how are you holding up?
I'm all right.
Well, you're gonna be a little bit less all right after I tell you this, but I think I gotta.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Yeah, I tried to convince them not to, but they're coming, so I guess be ready for that.
Who's coming?
My mom's.
Yay!
Oh, they're gonna be so mad at me, Astrid.
You're a well, I mean, how old are you again?
He was 18 when you found him, so he is most likely 19 now.
Perfect. You're a grown-ass adult. They can't tell you what to do.
It's not that. It's just,
The disappointment.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And I love my moms, but, one of my moms can be a little scary sometimes.
Scary how?
I don't know. It's just, she's kind of powerful and stuff.
I have questions, but I think I'm just gonna wait to find out.
Yeah, they're gonna be here any time, so I guess, get to meet the folks.
Do I look okay?
As you're in your, like, hospital gown, ass cheeks out, both of you.
I am wearing underwear, sir. Quick, help me brush my fur a little bit.
Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that.
I just, like, soothing brush my tail, like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. They're gonna like me. Like a weird, like, meeting the parents for the first time on, like, when you start dating someone.
Yep.
But in, like, a weird friend way.
And then a scavenger turns back to you and she's like, Astrid, I just got I guess Astrid and Kei, both of you, I did get another message that Radko wants to come up and see if you guys are okay, so he'll be on the way as well.
Okay.
Pizza?
Pizza party?
Did you guys ever get the pizza party?
Yes, we did.
You
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we made a giant mess and then got in trouble for it.
Do you need me to text them that you want some pizza? Do you have a request?
Yeah, if you could bring some veggie pizza, that'd be great.
Veggie pizza. Okay, yeah, he'll need to bring that. We don't do that here on this ship. So, I mean, we could. We got food generators and stuff like that. You want a specific brand, or are you good with cafeteria stuff?
Whatever.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell Radko he doesn't need a pit stop on any planets. He can just come right here.
Cool. Just bring me pizza.
Okay, and Astrid, you start to feel that same sense of panic again as Scavenger and Kei are just, like, talking in the corner.
Again, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did. Actually, you know what? I think I walk over to Kamala and start, like, petting her head, and then realize that that's, like, as I'm thinking about it, I'm assuming I'm realizing that it's not coming from her anymore.
Sure, I can say you're intuitive enough for that. You figured it out on your own.
So I'm just kind of like, okay, follow the feel. So I'm gonna follow the feel.
Yeah, and you can do that, and you realize that this time the panic is coming from Mohan.
I think I'm gonna do pretty much the same thing. I'm probably not gonna get in the bed with Mohan, but I'm
Rude. Sexist.
I'm gonna sit on the bed and, like,
Sit on my face. It'll help me feel better. All right, go.
and then I'm gonna slit his throat.
Before game, you did say to kill him.
No, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna sit on the bed. I'm going to, like, pull the blanket up and, like, fluff it around him and fluff his pillow a little bit. I'm gonna do, like, the tail hug thing where I just, like, kind of drape my tail over, rub his back or something. I don't know. Don't make it weird.
Everything is weird because they're making it weird.
It's weird. His existence is weird. He's just a weirdo.
I'm looking at the ground, just looking around.
He just starts nodding vigorously when you say shit.
I was listening. I was just listening.
I can't stop laughing because it's
No thoughts.
Now we can see your face, so it's much more
I
difficult.
know, it's really distracting.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyway, I do the comfort thing.
Yes, and give me a Bioscion and telepathy roll.
Watch, I fail this one. Wait, 10.
Awesome. Add that to your other one. And now we go back on, this is day 3 of the Coma adventure. And we go back in, and you guys are back in the Great Forest with the Great Willow, and you are now another spiral down when you pop back in. And what you're seeing here, as you pop back in, it feels familiar. You know where you are. Outside of game, technically, Hullashield's religion. So same, sharing, back to it. And what you see is that as you're getting closer, you can see the Great Willow a little bit better now as it's closer, and you're seeing these. In some areas, it's still very far, but you're seeing these tendrils like reaching down from the flesh mass and like grabbing onto parts of the tree. You can start to see that there are some of the scales on this giant egg are like cutting up the roots a little bit. As the egg kind of like turns around, it's not chopping off roots, but its scales are making these little tiny nicks just everywhere as it moves. And the area around you where all the brush in the trees used to have flowers and fruits and all of that stuff, now there's much less of that floral aesthetic, and the leaves are starting to almost like brown and stuff like that. And as you're now back, you notice that you see the path ahead of you again. And this path is extremely bumpy. Like there's almost like these mounds of dirt in this uniform pattern that follows the path around.
I'm going to assume that since we're kind of back in the Great Willow area, that I feel like Hullasheel and presumably Kamala would still want to try and get to the tree.
Yeah.
You got a spiral to follow.
I'm going to spiral, baby.
At least we're back where we know we are.
Provided we can keep moving forward.
Yeah, as we're walking, Kamala has she had these little flowers on her arm, and they're starting to like wither and fall off.
Are you okay, Kabbalah?
No.
Oh.
We have to reach her.
I don't feel like I'm stuck in mud anymore, so are we gonna do the run? Gotta go fast again?
Gotta go fast.
Let's go.
Is there any way to get there faster, or we have to go the route, or can we just run through the forest?
I don't know. We could try Hullasheel. Do you think we should just go straight?
Why don't we try seeing if anything happens if we step off the path?
Just don't step on any saplings.
That might be the bigger danger.
Yeah, there's a lot of those around when we're not on the path.
It's probably better to follow the path.
Of chaos.
Nope. Or we may crush those newly deceased.
Okay, we go.
Wait, are we? All right, so
Follow
we're
the
not
path.
No, we're not doing the path.
Okay, all
Not
right.
doing the path. Yes, doing the path.
Okay, and as you guys start running, you feel that the ground beneath you, these mounds that are following this pathway in a very particular pattern, they start getting closer. They kind of swell. It starts to get larger, and it starts to get harder, almost like on moguls on like a ski lift. Like it's hard to kind of bounce between them as you're running, and it's almost like forcing you off into different paths. And you're trying to stay the course, and there's just so many paths now that are starting to appear, and these ground is just so uneven that you're kind of stumbling back and forth, and eventually that's what starts slowing you down as the place starts to get hazy and starts to fade and glitch, and you can't see the distance anymore. And then we pop back out to Astrid and Kei again.
Do I get to meet his moms?
We're gonna get arrested, by the way. That's what's gonna happen.
Why?
We lured a giant space alien ship to us.
Not
I
intentionally.
feel like we're going to get arrested as soon as we're awake.
So Astrid and Kei are in a lunchroom cafeteria type area on the ship on the Smigaskrik, and you guys are having some food and chatting. Are you chatting about anything in particular? This is day 3 after the attack with Pythia.
Have Kay's moms come yet?
No.
So we're probably talking about the impending doom that is the descent of his parents. Kay, why don't you tell me more about your moms?
They're very nice. Like I don't know. I always get a little antsy just because of who one of my moms is.
Who is she? I need to know.
She's one of the Spiral Captains.
Which one?
She's Spiral Captain Suzune from Ingenuity.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go get changed because I don't want to look like a slob.
She would probably appreciate that, and that's why I always get a little nervous when she comes around because, I like fixing things and drones, and I'm always a little bit of a grease ball, and I always get reprimanded for that, and this is, my first time leaving the AGF, and I get myself in a lot of trouble, and I don't know what she's gonna say.
Well, why don't we go get cleaned up and dressed up so that we look good for when they show up, and then you won't have to be a greaseball.
Can you help with that? Because I'm terrible at making sure that my hair is the way it needs to be. Because he has that jelly hair.
Does he have hair? Oh,
yeah, he has
the jelly.
Yeah,
hair,
so he's always just kind of sticky. He's like, I don't know what to do with all of this.
We'll figure something out.
What are we gonna do about anything? About Pythia? What? I don't know. It's just so soon after what happened. How are we gonna? I don't want to stop being a crew with you, but I don't know if maybe my moms aren't gonna really like that.
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know, because clearly it's the three of us who are pulling Pythia in. Would you be safer without us? Probably.
Kind of hate that option.
Well, then that's what you tell them.
I guess.
I don't know.
And as you guys are talking about that, a news broadcast comes on over the holo televisions of just in the lunchroom, and it turns out that there was someone on the party island down on Pylokoshi that was filming just the general party and everything. And in the background, they ended up catching what they thought was a shooting star.
Oh no!
And they have film of Pythia crashing down on the island, so other people are starting to see that this exists outside of the AGF, because Kamala had broadcast everything to the AGF, and now there's this found footage that is being broadcast on news about what looks like the mech from Tudega crashing down on Pylokoshi.
Shit. Kay, did you see this? Do you see this? Watch this.
Yeah, I'm watching it. Oh man. I mean, I guess it's better. Maybe we don't have to be so worried now that the rest of the world knows. Maybe we don't have to be so concerned about it.
Maybe. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not. Yeah.
Same.
I'm just having a seizure. It's fine.
Yeah, same.
Maybe we can get a GoFundMe or something. I don't know.
A SpoSponge?
Well, not when you put it like that.
A Ko-Fi at Halfwits and Field Creeks?
Maybe we can get support to, I don't know, fight.
Hunt it down?
That seems mean. Defense? I don't know.
I wonder what the other governments are going to do. If they care about this. I mean, it's on the news. It's definitely newsworthy, but I don't know what's going to happen.
We need to find the other children that were with us at Undernaut, because some of them are on the AGF, yes.
Yeah, most of them are on the AGF.
But there were two groups that had left after we did and before Undernaut trapped them all.
Wasn't your brother in one of them?
Yeah, and I'm worried about him.
Are you?
Hey, ma'am.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, I'm worried about us all, because for all we know, Pythia could have found them already and done something horrible.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
We need to find out what happened to them so that we can, I don't know, get everyone in one place so that we can set up a defense or something like that.
This is why I felt really bad before when we came to visit my planet first, because maybe you would have had a chance to find your brother on your planet if we went there, but no, we came to my stupid planet first.
Fuck, I hadn't even thought of that.
I feel really guilty about this, Astrid.
I hadn't even thought of that. Honestly, though, I don't know if Eskel would have gone back there.
Maybe not. I mean, where else? We have a whole sector to look in.
I know. I mean, maybe that's the next stop. Maybe that should be our next endeavor, is maybe go there. Maybe Eskel's group is doing the same thing that we're doing, trying to go to everyone's homes. So it's worth a shot.
Maybe.
And at least we can leave a message there that, if he does show up, we can tell him what's happening.
Did Mohan or Kamala have anybody that could possibly be heading to their homeworlds?
I don't think either of them had like a sibling or a close relation
Okay.
among the children. I think I'm. Were there other sibling groups?
There are other sibling groups, but I think one of them is there was like an enemy group that left or also.
Right. I think it was one of the enemies, and then it was
Yep.
Eskel's group.
And then Eskel's group.
right.
I don't know if Eskel had any other, not Eskel had siblings, but I don't remember if there were other siblings in Eskel's group.
Yeah.
I could look that at some point, but
Yeah.
if anything, you guys know that you were very friendly with Eskel's group.
Yeah.
So like maybe these guys would care about other people in Eskel's group, but
We were closest with his faction, not faction, group. If anyone had connections, it would have been with that group, beyond just me and Eskel.
and as you finish saying that, you feel that panic come over you again.
Oh, God.
What's up?
I've been getting these weird little, panic attacks, through the telepathic contact with our friends, and I think I need to follow the vibe.
Follow the vibe it is. Let's go.
I'm assuming it
Yep.
leads me to Halashiel.
It leads you to Halashiel, and you make another Bioscion and plus telepathy roll.
Ooh.
There's only a 5.
Okay, so add that to your other ones.
Oopsies. Poor Halashiel.
Man, you rolled 2 ones?
Yep.
Wow. So we're on day 4 of the coma, and everyone wakes up on the beaches of Nadrak. Hey, this looks familiar.
Are we here?
Kamala sinks her claws into the sand.
Yeah.
It feels real.
Yeah, it smells like a beach.
Wait, does Rasmus not have an afterlife?
Halashiel.
This is his.
Oh, okay.
Maybe talk about that.
Yeah.
Why are we back here?
Well, I'm non-secular, so I guess this is the closest thing I got to to a religion.
You're agnostic, so you just get a...
Not agnostic. I'm not sure I believe in any higher power, so...
so you just believe in Nadrak.
Well, I mean, it's where we spent a lot of time,
Okay. All right. So you have is a connection.
I guess.
All right.
It's so weird. It's like everything is just the way we left it.
Yeah, there's children's corpses all over the place.
Don't look at the boulder, Mohan.
I
No,
thought you conquered that fear.
That's true, yes. yes.
None of that happened at the beaches, Mohan. Like, that
Yeah.
happened in the canyon.
Yeah.
Should we go to the canyon?
No.
I kind of. I mean, that's where the shit went down. Maybe there is something there. This is a
Rasmus, what do you think? This is your afterlife, I assume.
quote unquote.
Yeah, whatever that means. So, I don't know. I mean, I see the camps here. I wonder, maybe we just go straight. That seems to be what we've been doing, is just try to go straight to whatever the middle is. So let's head straight for the middle. I think it's, over that area over there. You want to head that way? That is kind of the way of the canyon. Maybe we are supposed to go to the canyon.
It's worth a shot.
Anywhere that you guys want to head out while we're here, I guess.
This is your deathscape. You should lead the way.
Oh, deathscape.
Wow, that feels a lot worse. I was kind of, I was like, this is a nice break from all the existentialism, but I guess we don't get that.
Not with me around.
The camps are cute because everything is small because we were kids.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
such
really
people.
even fit in this one. I think this used to be my hut.
Halashiel tries to sit in a chair and it gets stuck to his butt. Because it's too small. It's just
I love
it. Help.
Do you need help with that?
Somebody help.
I'll grab it. I'll grab it. I'm going to roll exert.
No.
That's a 10.
Nice.
So he pulls it back and it just kind of breaks.
I am free.
I remember climbing the trees here.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I was bad at it, though.
I mean, wouldn't they be easier to climb now? Now that we're...
Taller?
Do we want to
Stronger?
race up the trees?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Mohan always wants a race.
My one goal.
Okay, here we go. We're going to race up the tree. It's going to be, we're going to divide this into 3 rounds, make it nice and fast. And it's going to be your 2d6 plus exert dex to climb a tree.
Okay.
Your Hulla is not going to have that. He's going to be
Okay.
-1 on both.
Okay.
Oh, no, dex he'll probably be a plus, so roll even.
Okay.
7.
9.
I got an 8.
12.
Fuck you!
Oh, Kamala. So we got Kamala, then...
I've done it before!
So we have Kamala, then we have Astrid, then we have
No.
Erasmus, then we have
Holoshiel.
Mohan.
Yes.
I have
Oh yeah,
Holoshiel today.
Holoshiel. Yep. Then we have Mohan.
I have literal claws to climb up trees.
Same.
And now we're gonna roll again.
I hate you.
9 again.
I got a 7 this time.
6.
9.
And we're gonna roll one more time.
Oh, Mohan.
6.
A 9. What the fuck? I've gotten 9s each time.
I got a 6.
2.
Hey!
I'm still in last place.
Yeah. So Holoshiel makes it to the top of his tree first, and then we
Suckers.
have then it is Kamala, then it is Rasmus, and then it is Mohan. But Rasmus and Mohan were very close to together.
Everybody was climbing normal trees, and I was trying to climb like a palm tree. So I'm like, like Mulan trying to climb this pole.
Yeah. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
Or we were all climbing palm trees and the two of us just were digging our talons in and just...
Yeah. Oh, must be nice, but you have some claws.
You'll get up next time, Mohan.
I will never.
You need a swimming race.
But I don't get any race traits.
That sucks.
But maybe just the flavor of it will help you.
Yes. Let's just go look at the canyon.
All right, and as you guys are walking out into the woods, where it's like there was the beaches and there were like these cliff sides and there were woods, and then the woods start to clear into the canyon. Do you guys like walk along the top of the canyon, the bottom of the canyon?
I mean, I would say the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look down into the canyon.
Less chance of getting crushed by boulders that way.
Yeah.
So you're walking along the top and you're looking down into the canyon, and you start to see mounds that are very similar to the mounds that you were seeing in Holoshiel's reality, and the bumpy ground that you were seeing, or the bumpy space that you were seeing in Mohan's reality, and then the kind of like muddy moss in the very first reality with Kamala. And these mounds you now recognize as the burial locations of the other children from the war.
So we're just stomping all over the graves and all of our
And you as you walk further and further down the canyon, and you just see more and more graves kind of leading to the edge of the canyon, you get closer to the spot where your other friend, the other leader of the different encampments, was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
So where Hyacinth was taken by the other kids and her neck was slit.
Yeah.
And as you get closer and closer to that area, you end up having more of you're starting to slow down, in this case, probably from a little bit of sorrow rather than like physically being slowed down. It's starting to get hard looking at all of this again. And up in the distance, like essentially above what the enemy kids' camp was, you can see the flesh mass grabbing down at the camp, and the egg like ripping up the top, ripping up the ground in that area, and everything starts getting really fuzzy and glitchy as you're trying to look and walk closer to the spot where Hyacinth was murdered. And then we fade out to Astrid and Kei again. An alert goes over the intercom, and it is Scavenger. All right, everyone, get your shit in the gear, and Spiral Captain is pulling up. Do your best to look presentable. You know she's not a fan of us. We maybe give her some bad marks on the deficit scale that we got going on in this damn bureaucratic bullshit nightmare of a pirate crew. So we got to look a little bit presentable, or we're probably going to get some more demerits. So everybody just line up. Her kid is in the med bay. So just kind of clear a path to there, hide anything in the alleys on the way. If you can't clean it up fast enough, just scoot it out into whatever airlock's near that way. Make that path look good. You got it? Good. Your cluster captain's out. And
Astrid just looks at Kei like, what the fuck?
I told you she's really prim and proper. She doesn't like mess, and Scavenger's very messy.
I mean, true.
I'm in like the worst position I could be for my mom to come here.
Why don't we put you in clothes instead of just the
Why don't you hide me? Hide me in a vent or something.
Because then I have to deal with them on my own.
But they haven't met you yet. It's fine.
No.
And as you say no, he kind of just like, ugh, and you start like helping him get into clothes, and then you hear like footsteps, like some really like sharp heels coming down the hallway. You hear a bunch of people lining up against the walls of the hallway and making like kind of the salute that they did when you first met Scavenger on the Sage Condor. And you kind of hear that kind of rippling down, and it just kind of gets, it's like very steady paced, just like coming for the med bay.
Well, Kei, at least you look more presentable than me, as I'm still in my, like, hospital robe.
Oh, you, like, never got out of it?
Yeah, no, my hair's, like, a mess, and, like, it's in, like, a really sloppy ponytail.
Well, here, let me help you. I can help you.
No, you know what? I'll be your moral support. I'll look worse so that you look better.
Thanks, Astrid. I appreciate it.
That's all I can do at this point.
And the doors open, and you see a tall, like 7 foot tall, skinny woman who she's a Bikaku, and she has this blue chitinous, like polished, shiny blue and black, and she looks like there's a bug. I think they're called like blue wasps.
Okay.
So she has like a really thin abdomen, and like she's very much that kind of look, and very serious and stern. And she walks in, and everyone does their like brief salute. Like especially the doctors, they're a little more prim and proper than Scavenger is. So like they do an actual like proper salute and welcome them in and everything.
Kei just hears Astrid whisper under her breath, "Shit."
And she walks in and just says, "Kei, are you all right, son?" "Yeah, I am, Mom. Everything is good here, and we're all healing well, and I am keeping my ship nice and clean, and you can go check it out. Maybe I can give you a tour of it."
Whatever you do, don't let them look at the squid fridge.
"We were cooking when everything happened, so please, I beg your forgiveness on the state of the kitchen." And as he like finishes saying that, you see another woman just like rush from behind, and she is a little bit shorter. She's probably like 5.5 feet tall, and she has this like orange and red striped chitin. She's also a Bikaku, and she just like rushes around and like picks Kei up and hugs him. And he goes, "Hey, Mom." And that is his other mom, who is named Miyabi Yasuda.
I love them. I need a movie about these two women.
And she's just like doting on Kei, and you see Spiral Captain Suzune just kind of roll her eyes a little bit and like take a few steps over and put her hand on like Kei's shoulder, and they just start talking. But it is them talking gets drowned out as you hear a little bit further back in the distance, "Astrid, where are you?
Shit.
Where's everybody, Astrid? You okay? You okay?
Oh, God.
I was told to bring pizza, but not a specific brand. So I got what I like."
Astrid just like runs around them to like head off Radko at the door.
And you like to not see Radko, or to like
to get between Radko and them.
Okay.
The like cute little happy family reunion going on over there.
Yep. So
I'm just like, what? Don't ruin the moment.
Yep. So you pop around and you see Radko, and he's just kind of got his like arms folded, and he's wearing like kind of like a cape like thing, and he's just looking very very regal like he normally does. Although last time you guys saw him, he was like really flustered because of everything that was going on. This time he seems to be kept together. And there's someone walking beside him who just has like 30 stacks of pizza. Just you can't see them at all because they are just carrying all of the pizza that he ordered for you guys.
Radko, there's only 2 of us.
There's only 2 of you.
Well, that are conscious right now.
Oh my God, Astrid!
Shut up! Make it down.
Wow!
Wait, Radko, did you not get the memo about who's here right now?
I mean, I was told that they were in the hospital and unconscious,
No.
And then you said there's only... Holy shit, Astrid!
Shh. Rad, bring it down a notch.
Oh, are they sleeping?
You can say that.
So they're still in a coma.
Bring it
I
down
can
a
be
notch.
as loud as I goddamn please.
No, one of the Spiral Captains are here.
Spiral Captain.
Yeah, shut up.
Oh, it's Kei's mom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll at least I'll try and look like I brought these myself. She'll probably get mad if she knows that I used somebody else to bring them. And he takes a bunch of the boxes. He takes a bunch of the pizza boxes before he goes to walk in. And as he takes off the top 5 pizza boxes, you see Abigail behind him, behind all those pizza boxes.
I shove the other pizza boxes out of her hands and hug her.
And they all fall on the floor.
And?
Radko's just, oh my God, I paid good money for those.
I do not care. I am just so happy to see Abigail.
And you guys have your moment for a while.
Yeah.
And then you start feeling the panic again.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
What's wrong?
I need to go babysit one of my crew members for a minute. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Typical.
Yeah. I follow the feels.
Follow the feels over to Rasmus.
Goddamn, not another 5, please. Please.
What's that?
14.
Holy shit.
Hey.
All right, so what is your total number?
I don't know. What's 25 plus 14?
39.
Thank you. 39.
Okay, because you made it over 35, you guys will be able to see the next coma dream. If you
Yay.
hadn't made it over 35, they wouldn't have been able to get past that mental wall.
Oh, good.
So we are back to Kamala, and we are standing in front of the Great Willow.
Oh.
Oh,
And
shit.
there are statues of people you've never seen surrounding them, and they are not Sude.
What?
And they are all in a ring around the Great Willow. And some of them are really old, when you're further out, and they seem to be newer the closer they get to the willow, almost like these statues are being erected and pushed out. And right now, you see some of the oldest ones are broken in on the ground because of this giant egg that is uprooting the tree. Is there anything you want to immediately do before I describe more? Or are you just kind of in awe of the Great Willow and this weird statues that are all around?
Definitely looking around at the egg and the statue specifically because I've already seen the Great Willow once.
Okay. So you're specifically looking at the egg. At this point, you can absolutely, without a doubt, confirm that the scales that are on this egg are one of the scales that you found in Undernot that they were researching. The statues, the most recent ones, are a Ketling woman and a Weircene man and a Tahari woman and a Tarogian female, and they're the most recent statues that are around the willow.
God damn it. That used to be us. And the flesh thing is still above pulling at her.
So now you're looking at the flesh thing?
Yeah.
So you look up to see the flesh thing, and in the branches of the Great Willow, you see that there are these cocoons almost of things that are wrapped up in the branches by this flesh mass. And they're being dragged closer up into the flesh mass. And you're looking around at all of them, and you see a number of them that may or may not coincide with the amount of people who died on Nadrak being pulled into the flesh mass. And you see one specific one that is not fully cocooned, and it is being pulled by the flesh mass, and there is also a line of scales climbing up the tree, and you see now that the gashes that you were thinking that the egg was leaving on the roots was actually the scales peeling off of the egg and reaching up towards this one being that is half covered in scales and half covered in flesh. What do you do?
Panic?
Time.
I like how that's my
Race.
response to everything. Can we tell what figure it is? Who it is?
It is covered in
Okay,
flesh
so no.
and scale.
Okay, so no.
And it's
No.
hanging, right? In the branches?
So all of the cocoons are hanging in the branches. This is more along the tree.
Okay. I was going to try and shoot it down.
You could climb it, can't you?
You're so right. Fuck, I'm so good at tree climbing. You know what?
I suck at tree climbing.
Yeah, I'm going to... Kamala gently puts her claw on the Great Willow and says, please excuse this. And then starts
climbing.
Yeah.
You climb, and give me a roll to see how well you climb. Give me an exert dex.
You can do it. Yay.
That's a... I can re-roll once per scene. Better. 7.
7, so mixed success.
Yeah.
So you are struggling. It feels like it's getting muddy again as you were like trying to climb up the tree, and it's the same feeling, and then you start seeing like stuff distorting as you get closer and closer to this figure that is being anchored by the scales and pulled by the flesh mass, and you can't get close enough to actually touch it or anything, but you're now close enough that you can see that there is a chest plate
Hyacinth!
with a piece missing from it.
I pull out my broken piece of Hyacinth's chest plate from one of my many pockets, and I put it back.
Aww.
And you reach and you're trying to put it back, and the like muddy distortion feeling gets more and more and more. As you get closer, that little piece starts to like push away at the flesh mass a little bit, and her face is revealed. What she's wearing, or at least what you can see through this blur as she blurs out right before you pass out, is that the green scales are enveloping her legs, and her purple clothing is just peeking out behind her chest plate. And then as it goes up, you see that there's something wrong with her face that wasn't the way it was before, and there's this red lines that are reaching down her body. And that's when you realize that she has the same color scheme as Pythia. And that's where we're ending the session.
No!
Fuck.
Wait, she's the same
Goddamn.
color scheme, so she might not be Pythia.
What are the odds, sir, that it is not?
She might not be.
And now I can finally, after a long time, show you an image
Oh!
of Hyacinth.
Yay!
Yay!
I have to find it. It's been over a year. It's when your characters were commissioned.
I remember you telling me that you had commissioned a character and you couldn't tell us what it was, and I was like, what?
So we got to go back to our island and dig up all the bodies. I was hoping Eskel was going to be behind the pizza. And they're like, what how easy? What a twist.
What if Hyacinth is Pythia?
Fuck! That's it. That's what it is.
Hyacinth is going to be Nana.
I think we would have figured that one out.
Pythia's Nana.
Everyone enjoyed the game?
Yes.
That was really good.
That was awesome. That was very,
That was-
very, very, very fun.
I loved that we could see your afterlife.
Yeah, that was
moment.
really cool.
Yeah.
That was a really cool idea of death.
Thanks. Yeah. Think about it a lot.
Fun.
Don't worry.
No, don't worry about that at all. Anyways, thank you all for listening. Join our Discord, bit.ly/failed crits. All lowercase. That's pretty much all I want to say for that kind of call to action. Please join our Discord.
Yeah.
We post episodes early, stuff like that.
Memes.
Memes.
Lots of memes.
Yep.
You can get pictures of our pets.
That's true.
They're pretty good.
So thank you to Wowbit for the use of our theme song, Into the Portal, and thank you to Kevin MacLeod for the use of our ending theme, On the Shore. And we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye. Fucking Pythia.
God damn it.